like shit right now. And you're not gonna really be able to hear me that well. That's why I am eating ice cream. Shout out to ice cream because this is the only thing that I can eat. Um, I smoke cigarettes, and I haven't had a cigarette in almost freaking what since 4 o'clock this morning, I think. So I ended up like I had taken enough pills, right? So I ended up taking my ass over to the hospital finally, and it was quick, which surprised the hell out of me. I was in and out of there like 40 minutes. Come to find out, I have a form of pneumonia. Evidently, that's what the lady said, so I believe her. So they gave me a shot of called betadine. I think that's what it's called. Peace and blessings. Hey, Kyra, how you doing? So they gave me a shot, and it's making me feel better. But as you can hear by my throat, I'm like, I can't swallow. I can't swallow shit. So this all came from I know where, from when I was out in front of Trump Tower the other night in the rain like a dumbass. But I wanted to make sure my viewers got what I promised them, right? Mm. And so, thank you very much. You see how that worked out for me. Barely any of them donated, except for the key people that always do. Thank you to you guys. But I'm like, we'll never, ever, I will never. What I've learned is two things. Oh, God. I've learned two things. One, I have to emphatically get me a girlfriend. That's for one. Because the whole time I was here, I was sick. And if I would have had a woman here with me, I would have been better. You know what I mean? So, and I know I would have been because I've been sick and had a girlfriend before, you know? For those women that still know how to do that type of stuff and try to be that type of women. No, I have to, this is literally the only thing that I can eat. I know what you're saying, but it's not that type of sore throat. I know what you mean though, because lactose, oh, excuse me, anything with lactose in it is very hard to break down. She's absolutely right. But the thing is, if it's not phlegm, it's literally my what's the name is contracting. Like when I'm coughing or whatever, it's not phlegm that's coming up at all, even though you hear that. That's not what the bulk of it is. The bulk of it is coming from my back, my lower back, and my sides. That's what alerted me. But I know what you're talking about. My mother was a nurse, a LPN, CNA. She's done all the whole thing and ended up being a protraction. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's why I knew you was in the field of that because it sounded like it. Yeah, but thank you. You're absolutely right. Yeah, lactose is very hard for the body to break down. I think at some point or another it was said that the body was never meant to break down milk or lactose and things like that. That's why a lot of people opt to drink almond milk. I've drunk coconut milk before, whatever. I haven't ate it in a long time. It's very expensive. No, thank you for at least giving a shit. You know, I like people like you that actually can give a shit. You know, there's some people. Oh my god. But anyway, so they gave me a little freaking shot, whatever. You see what I mean? There's no phlegm. There's this cough, and it hurts in my back. It hurts real bad in my back. Yeah, yeah. If you in that field, you know what I'm talking about. There's no mucus here. It's dry heave in my back. It really hurts when I cough. Like my whole back feels it. Yeah, I ain't gonna be here too long, but I'm gonna be doing some uploads for y'all, whatever, whatever. Cause you know my crowd. I gotta take care of the crowd. Don't go into side, no. I gotta shave my mustache too. I look like fucking like I just got off the boat, right? I be trying to do certain things so I don't look like I just got off the boat, but it don't work sometimes. Right now I look straight like a cubano, entonces un negrito, no. I fix it. Not today though. I'm fucking sick, bro. I know two things, like I said. One, I need a woman in this house. And then two, the other thing I learned was this. Don't go out of your way on YouTube for motherfuckers. Don't do it no more. Don't do it no more. Which means that this, if I would have had the support that, now I'm not gonna cry about it, so don't get that. What I mean is, if you're promising something, you don't have to keep it real with motherfuckers. It's not keeping it real with you. That's the quickest way to say it without having without having to do all the extra shit. Stop trying to keep it real with motherfuckers and they keeping it real with you, you know? And it was a whole bunch of people in my lives. There's people flagging me, all kinds of crazy shit I go through on a day basis. And now here I am sick. And the only person that reached out to me had something positive to say was shout out to my girl in Shot Town, Miss Foster. She know who she is. I ain't even gotta say her full name. She's like the matriarch of the channel. Her, TMH Global, a few other people. Ruby, what up with you? You know what I'm saying? They the only people that looked after me that day. You know what I'm saying? To see the direction I'm trying to go into and what we trying to do here, trying to get a computer, trying to get some phone lines up. We trying to get video chat up and all that shit. For some reason, these motherfuckers don't want me to do that because pure simple fact, I'm just a little too honest. I don't come with lies. I don't come with brown nose and I don't come with kissing ass. I'll tell you about yourself to your face and I really don't care. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because when it's a person like me, it is no rapport. There's no rapport there because of pure simple fact we live in a. You know what? This is a perfect thing to talk about here. When I was at the hospital today, I noticed something. The woman that was taking care of me, she was either Italian or something or whatever. Another, I'm fairly sure Italian by her last name. I saw it on a badge. And these black women kept walking back and forth, looking or whatever, but they all kept asking the same thing. Had you had the COVID shot and all this or whatever, whatever. And I said, no, listen, I don't have no COVID. I know that. I know what that shit look like and sound like. It don't sound like this shit. You know, I had friends that died from that shit, so I know what that shit sounds like. It's a totally different cough. Trust me on that one. That cough is uncontrollable and it keeps going and going and going and going. If you got a 3 to 4 minute break between the cough, you are lucky. Ask anybody that's ever been around somebody with COVID, they'll tell you. So they kept on trying to incentivize that or whatever. And then the one woman finally came at the middle of it. She said, he doesn't have COVID. I'm positive of it. And I was just like, thank you, you know? But it wasn't the fact of that. It wasn't the fact of that. It was the fact of this. A lot of these motherfuckers be sitting out here talking about they all for the culture and all that shit. And okay, if you black or Latino on both, right? Motherfuckers be sitting out here talking about they all for the culture and all that shit. And let me tell you something. Had I been hitting you from a hospital bed or whatever right now, instead of being back home from the hospital, none of these motherfuckers would have came in my defense. None of these motherfuckers would have said pray for Davin. None of these motherfuckers would have said anything. Matter of fact, none of these motherfuckers wouldn't even donated $10 to be like, yo, my nigga, get you some Tylenol if you need it. So what I want to say to you is this. If you're looking for people that want to condemn you, that don't give a fuck about you, you ain't got to look no further than your own nowadays. You need an example. Look at Kanye West. They are celebrating the departure of Kanye West, they think. All these girls are putting up, ha ha, he's got to pay $200,000 to his baby mama now with the 4 kids. Right? How do you know Kanye didn't agree to pay $200,000? First of all, he loves his kids. And what it really sounded like, you were jealous. Because anybody that's sitting around talking about, oh, he broke, but he got to pay $200,000 a month in child support, how the fuck does that make sense? He's broke in comparison to who? You? How much are you worth? You worth more than them? These were women that were online yesterday condemning Kanye West, talking about, you got to pay $200. And I was just like, you lousy bitch, you can't even get a motherfucker to pay you $600 a month. You've been trying for 3 years. You know what I mean? Your baby daddy, you know? I'm sure there will be some people that will look back at this and be like, nah. I just want to tell some of you up and comer, yeah, gold digger shit. It's not even gold digger shit. It's wannabe gold digger shit. Because to be a gold digger, you actually got to get in the game. See, that's the same thing I talk about with the music industry. I hear all these motherfuckers online talking about the music industry, but you've never been in the music industry. I have. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you pay very close attention to certain things which you're not privy to because you've never been around us. We got a certain way of talking, certain way of moving, and we'll never acknowledge it to, how can I say, we'll never acknowledge it to common folks. We'll allude to it, but we're never going to acknowledge it to common folks because it's a certain way of talking. That's the most I can say about that. You can believe if you won't believe me. You don't have to believe me. Honestly, truthfully, I don't give a fuck. Not the same elk, you know what I mean? But I know who I am and I know what I'm attached to. You got a certain way of talking, you know? So it's when I hear somebody talking in a certain octave or whatever the case may be, I know right there from the beginning, you ain't never been around us. So why are you making all these assumptions about us? And when I say us, I mean people that were formerly, currently, or maybe. Well, I'm gonna say formerly and currently because maybe is just a wish, but you've never been in the music business, so you don't know the dynamic of the music business. And sure, you might talk to a person here, there, whatever, but I can assure you as much as these people that you're talking to, they love themselves. I'm talking about these artists, ex-artists, whatever, whatever. You get some sleep. You're corny. Your mother's corny. You fucking whore. Anyway, so there's some motherfucker named Bernard Monroe talking about yo da 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 da. Hold on, let's get rid of Bernard. You see what I mean? We had to get rid of Bernard real quick. Yeah, it's crazy. You see that, right? This is the type of, and I'm sitting here telling y'all that. I'm corny. Why? Because I'm telling you the truth. Niggas like lies. Niggas like confusion. Niggas like drama. Niggas like to bash on their own. But won't none of these motherfuckers like this corny ass nigga that was just in here, Bernard Monroe, who's probably one of those four people I was just mentioning. Yeah, I'm sitting here telling you, and this nigga gives an example of it. This is why I am the way I am. Nigga, ain't nothing corny about me. Fuck you. Your mother's corny, you bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? You unaccomplished. You don't have nothing going on. And that's why you do things like that. I'm not worried about no jigaboo from the fucking housing projects calling me anything for one. I'm not worried about no motherfucker that probably ain't even got a high school diploma calling me about nothing. Nevertheless, like me with a college degree. Two, I'm not worried about no motherfucker that 9 times out of 10 you living off your girl. You understand what I'm saying? We'll never. That's corny. You know what I mean? Or dick hopping from chick to chick house. You know what I mean by dick hopping from chick to chick house? There's niggas out here, especially right now, it's wintertime. So there's niggas out here. Say I'm about to go in. There's niggas out here right now that's slinging dick for somewhere to stay because it's too cold outside. Instead of going to get themselves right, get situated or whatever. But oops, most of these motherfuckers ain't even got enough credit to get their own apartment or ain't got no rental history on their own. That's what I always say. Y'all be like all that, oh, for the people, the culture, and all this shit, whatever, whatever. And I'm trying to tell y'all this. In the past couple years, y'all done got saturated somehow or another. What traditionally used to be black and Latin culture has been replaced by public housing project mentality. Meaning everybody acting like and glorifying living in the public housing projects, even if they ain't never lived in the public housing projects, which gives the imagery and the perception to other people that that's what it is. Everybody from the ghetto, you're all stupid or whatever, and you think it's working for you. You talking about this black excellence and all this bullshit or whatever. But I'm gonna point out this. I heard DJ Blood on the interview with Tony Yayo. Shout out to Tony Yayo. Always looked at Tony Yayo as a real one. I ain't even gonna lie. I looked at Tony Yayo almost as being just as real or more real than 50 Cent for a number of reasons. See, 50 might be the king, but the king needs his guard. And Tony Yayo, I just always pictured him standing over a motherfucker talking about count to 10. So, shout out to Tony Yayo. I like that guy. Always liked him. And I like his music. You know what I mean? But long story short, Tony Yayo and Blood was in the interview yesterday. And he said something. He said, Vlad said something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit here. He said, "Don't you think we should be looking out for these rappers that are 50 and 60, and some headed towards 70 years old financially?" Now, I had said this shit before. There is no union for ex musicians. There's black musicians specifically. Never has been. This is the argument to go back to the 60s, 70s, early 80s, shit like that. This is not nothing new. Okay? This is not nothing new. And these artists, they come out and say like they don't have a good, I don't know, fifth record or six records. Now they're starting to depreciate and now they're not worth as much. In some cases, they start to lose money. There was a man from Sly and the Family Stone. Later on, they found out he was living in a motherfucking Winnebago van in front of somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a black man that was a drummer from Carlos Santana's original band. Same thing with him. He was living out a Winnebago type fucking, you know what I mean, mobile home out in California. Luckily enough, Carlos Santana went, and you can look this up. Carlos Santana went, found him, papered him up, cleaned him up, let him play with the band again and everything, and made sure his was all right, and got him an apartment. You're not gonna find this out of black culture. And if you only thing you got to do is look back, not even 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You motherfuckers complain about what's going on with you and personally in the music business only when it comes and it applies to you. Only when it deals with you. That's why, Puff, I looked at you the other fucking day when you said, "Oh, well, I want to say this to my husband." I know you make good intent, but nigga, you are fucking terrible at promo. You do some dumb shit sometimes. You know that? I love you, Skitty, but that was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. You know, even at my level, motherfucker, if you say, do you realize you're in the front of fucking Christmas? You're a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire. You talking about, I'm having a hard time too. Well, poor you. Poor Puffy. He's having a rough time. All those millions. And he had to spend two. And three didn't come in this month. Poor you. Do you know how fucking ridiculous you sound? That's why you need guys like me and other guys still around you to tell you when you're doing stupid shit. Don't fucking do that. Or taking a camera when you're feeding homeless people. You got a camera crew behind you. Like you're doing Victory Part 2. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't take no fucking cameras. And if you do have a camera, then you have one person with a cell phone and they do raw footage. And the people are not looking. They do it from a distance. You zoom in. There's ways of doing things. Nobody likes the guy, listen to me very carefully. Nobody likes the fucking guy, Puff, that goes around filming homeless people after you did something for them. That's the lowest of the low motherfucker you can go right there. And you had a fucking camera crew with you in LA filming while you're feeding the homeless people, talking about love, love, love. You're doing it. That's not the move to do for PR. You want to move to do for PR, you give a free giveaway and you do that. You don't embarrass those people. That is the last piece of dignity they have. Last piece. And it's literally stems from being alive. And I know because I've been amongst them. That's why I told you, you need to hire me for that little bullshit organization I knew nothing about. And I know about most of your shit. I know about like the 8, 9, 10 corporate apartments and homes and also residencies in New York. I know about the ones you got in Cali. I know about the ones you got down in Miami. Come on, I know a lot more than you think I fucking know. I was around for 17 fucking years. I keep my mouth shut on most of the shit I know. But what I won't do is see you put your foot in your ass and do stupid ass promo like that. You don't fucking sit there and film homeless people. Everybody knows that. Especially if you got a fucking organization, you fucking dodo. So anyway, DJ Vlad is sitting there. And I know a lot of y'all like, ooh, he told Puffy. Nah, that's family. Shut the fuck up. That'd be like if I'm telling my cousin or whatever. Like y'all get confused when when I talk shit about Puff or whatever. If I mean something about Puff, I'll really tell you. I'll really tell you. Nah. Sometimes you gotta fucking say that shit. Because his dumb ass don't get it the regular way. You don't do shit like that, filming homeless people, fucking while you feeding them. Like you the messiah or some shit. If you really love, you don't put none of that shit on fucking camera. Fucking Mo. Anyway, Let me get back here. I had to put the ice cream up. It was melting. Oh, God, that's fucking terrible. Y'all don't make me fucking laugh because every time I laugh, I feel it in my back. The reason I said all that shit, and I'm saying all this shit, is to make it make sense, is this. You got a whole chain of your own people nowadays that no matter what happens, they're ready to bash you. Not only are they ready to bash you, they're ready to pile up on you. I'm going to throw up a clip in a minute and I'm going to prove my point once again when you hear some people of a larger scale saying the same exact word. And if you want to ignore it, if you want to act like it doesn't exist or whatever, that's fine. But the pure, simple fact of it is this. Yes, there are racist white people. Yes, there are racist Latinos. Yes, there are racist, every little bit of everything. But nothing trumps, it seems nowadays, the self-hating, self-deprecating, self-loathing ass motherfucking black and Latin people within the culture who every time somebody white complains, they ready to jump on the pile and start stomping you out along with them. You said something about Jews? Get them. You said something about this person? Get them. That's Kanye West? Get him. I ain't never liked him, but we don't have the same fucking action and heart to go after fucking anybody. Anybody. I'm gonna throw up some shit about Mitch McConnell in a minute. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. But you won't go after Mitch McConnell. You won't go after anybody on the far right wing parties. You won't go after anybody that's the oath keepers. You won't go after what's the other motherfucker's name? All these different neo-Nazi groups, or what, you have nothing to say for them. You know why you don't have nothing to say? Because you think something's going to happen. Versus with somebody black, you think because of the familiarity of race, that nothing will happen. That's why. And I'm telling you, you got to change that. You got to put one of them down. Damn, did I say that? You got to put one of them down. You got to make a couple examples of motherfuckers to let them know, hey, if you say something, this is what's going to happen. And that's what you rappers have failed to do. At one time, you had the fear factor. I remember it. You had the fear factor. Oh, this might happen. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, Foxy Brown fucked all that up that one time when she said, you got 24 hours to respond to the statement. She was talking to 50 Cent, I think, at the time. And 50 was like, hey, fuck you. That was the first time they exposed all the way around that niggas ain't as organized as they say they are. And this is why the fun fact is I don't really, when it comes to gangster shit, to be honest with you, I've always been connected Latino, Italian, always. And a few blacks here and there. You know what I mean? But mostly Italian, Greek, Latino. And there's a reason behind that. Structuring, honesty, and a few other things. You guys are setting yourself up in the black population for destruction. Not right now, not immediately. For every height comes a harder crash. And all this gloating that you're doing, all this fucking bravosis, financial shaming, even though some of you motherfuckers come from straight poverty. I've had people online talk to me like that faggot that just came in here and what's his name just a little while ago. What was his name? Bernard Monroe. First of all, I ain't arguing with no nigga named Bernard. Your name old school as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Bernard. Who out there? That man out there, who? Bernard. You know what I'm saying? Mama, that man out there, who? Bernard. But no, it sounds like he pull up in a Chevy Caprice or some shit with a zoot suit on. Oh, I get with no nigga named Bernard. Are you crazy? But the point I'm getting at is here, just like Kanye West, it's like a lot of other people. People took sides with took sides with that community versus Kanye West, and that's where that's where you deviated from the fucking mission right there. Now, if you don't believe me, ask Minister Farrakhan what he think. Ask Minister Farrakhan what he think. Go ahead, ask him what he think. Matter of fact, if you so blackety black and you more black than me, right? Go quote one of Louis Farrakhan's speeches that he did about that now. I would say in the past 10 years, at least 17 to 18 times. You can, not like me, you can call yourself this FBA shit and all this, proud in the moment shit. But in reality, at the end of the day, Look at yourself internally and say, hey, am I doing as much as I fucking can? Am I really on the right side of the motherfucking elk right now? Because what I seen was every time something pop up about Kanye West, a whole bunch of black people were coming and bashing him more than whites, which is astonishing to me. The second thing I see is not only do they stockpile, but they make their own individual little videos about such afterwards. Meaning that what they do is they go and make their own little videos and they add on to the story that's already unfolded right there. And then they pass it on and then they give it to another one. Then another one comes in, they get come commenters, everything. They saturate the story more than white America and make it more of an issue. And I hate to say it, the most involved in this, it seems to be in the most diligently working is black women. Not all black women, of course not, but a good goddamn 70% of you are putting the margin. I'm going to start putting up some of the things that I find. And I know we have this divester thing and all that shit or whatever, and I don't care about that. I'm talking about women that are not even quote unquote in a divester movement and the things they have to say about men of color. I'm talking about women that are not, like, literally don't label themselves as divestors, but the shit that they have to say online and it goes untouched, it goes unchallenged, it goes whatever. But as soon as you say, I want to date a woman will say, right? Let me give you a perfect example of how the women are turning against their men. And Louis Farrakhan said this before. Since y'all want to play that role, let's play word for word. If you're going to play word for word, because somebody came in my comments and said that that's why we're on this link, if y'all wondering. If you're going to go word for word, right? Let's go word for real. And if anybody got to say that I'm corny or whatever, maybe you're just not fucking as intelligent as me. That's the real problem. And you can't never take the word of somebody that's fucking didn't even graduate high school. Y'all don't even ask a question. Y'all sit back and listen to what sound good. Do y'all ever ask someone, hey, where'd you graduate from? Ask them that. Even these women that run around and talk about they're intelligent, you'll break it down and you'll find after you ask a couple questions, this chick went to a fucking community college or a college online at such and such university. What was that shit they used to have? You ain't doing that. You might as well come on down. What the fuck else you got to ask school? You know what I mean? A lot of these women are aiding in destroying their own men. And I have to say to you this. Even if you choose to divest, you're only getting married right now, according to the CDC, at a percentage of about 10% interracially. Interracially enough, white men don't even date interracially like that, which is also in those what's the name. Now, if you're trying to taunt them or convince them that they should, good luck to you. I don't mind. I don't mind. I've got lots of white friends who roll with Italians and Greeks. I have no fucking problem with it. It seems like to me, the women and the men that are participating in that interracial dating, they're the ones that are actually racist. And I say this with ease. I found that in the past, and I've had a Italian woman agree with me that I was dating. Shout out to Katie, fucking crazy fucking fuck. I found that when you're dating interracially as a man versus when you're dating interracially as a woman, you have a different set of rules of engagement. So meaning that if the man is dating a white woman, whatever, somebody they perceive by society to be white, the two culprits that come up to the forefront every time is a white man and a black woman standing firmly against whatever, if that's the way they feel. But on the opposite side, I never see too many black men going after, or she got choices. In fact, these simps will make up excuses for these bitches. A woman could be online. Well, it's because the black men ain't doing it. Well, let me ask you this question. Nobody's raised this question before. We talk about systematic fucking oppression and all that shit, going all the way back to the slave days and all that, right? And agreed. So you're trying to tell me somewhere along the line, America is in a better place, even though you're watching Kanye West be destroyed right now. And you're trying to tell me, oh, you can do whatever you want to do. Let me break this down for you, ladies. You have one of the gifts that keeps on giving until it gives out, and that's a pussy. And pussy overrides anything. Pussy overrides politics. Pussy overrides even the judicial system. Pussy overrides the presidential. If you don't believe me, JFK built a tunnel so he could bring fucking Marilyn Monroe down there and break her back in. All right, look into that. And it's a whole bunch of other things. So I just want to say to you from me, even though I'm sick, even though whatever, I don't look for your help anymore. You know what I'm saying? For one. And I'm saying you as vloggers, don't look to these people as help either. Most of them, when the opportunity is there, the same way you see them, and you better remember, I told you this, the same way you were sitting there bashing someone, the same way you were sitting there talking about someone that's of your race, when the moment is right, and you do the same shit or say something they don't like, they gonna do the same shit to you. And you gonna be like, where the culture? Where the people? I thought you was my brother, my sister. No, they don't give a fuck about you. Most of these motherfuckers are opportunists that don't want to return back to the housing projects. That's the reality of it. There's no fucking friends in black and Latin culture anymore. And I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers hopping online using it as a hustle, like to bring it together. Even within the FBA shit, I be paying attention. Y'all motherfuckers don't even get along. Y'all be beefing with that other group that's part of like the same shit y'all are, aren't you? Or is that a lie? I'm lying. Y'all be beefing with them niggas. So how y'all together and talking about y'all foundational whatever? Y'all can't even get the foundation in between amongst yourselves correct. I'm not with the illusion shit. You're not gonna shame me. Oh, like what's this motherfucker's name again? What's this cocksucker's name? Bernard Monroe. Oh, you're corny. Da, 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 da. I looked at that nigga's channel. That nigga been online for a few years now and ain't got nothing but like 61 fucking subscribers. No, nigga, you corny. You got material up and only got 61 followers, and you been up more years than I have. Nobody just likes the shit that you put up. That's it, you know? I'm cool with missing a couple of views on some of my videos. I tell people all the time, you don't understand how YouTube works. YouTube changes every fucking, I'm gonna say every 20 days now. You know? A lot of y'all, I'm gonna give you a little hint or whatever, even though you wouldn't do it for me. Make sure you check your Google Play Store app and make sure you go and enter in YouTube. You will always see the updates. Keep your YouTube updated. Within that, there's strategized fucking algorithms within the updates. There's certain little pillars of metadata and stuff like that that's implement for you using YouTube further. It can allow certain videos to get more traction than they do. And more importantly enough, YouTube takes account of what is more popular for you specifically. Everybody tries to tell you, hey, what's going on, OG Patrice? Patrice, stay here. I got to talk to you too. I got to talk to you. I'm glad you came up or whatever. Yo, Patrice, I love you to death, but fuck your homegirl for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what I mean in a minute. Factory. Um, YouTube works different from different people. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to be consistent in doing that update. You have to be consistent in doing uploads, etc., to move along. Patrice, I'm gonna have to talk to you. I'm gonna hit you up in the inbox. I ain't gonna talk about that on camera, but I got my fucking heart broken by someone you and I both know. She hurt my fucking feelings. She really did. And I just want to say to her, I ain't got no hate towards her, but sweetheart, you need to get some fucking mental help. For real. Cause you so fucking lost, you don't even get it. I'm trying to it's like if it was a snake, it would have bit you. You know what I mean? And this is one, and what I'm talking about right now to OG Patrice is a perfect example of that. There was somebody I was riding for. If many people have been here for a long time on the station, y'all know what I mean. It was somebody I was riding for them. They happened to be Black American. As soon as they got the opportunity, because they were called out for something that wasn't the truth, and I'm trying to warn them, like, come on, son, you know what you're saying is not the truth. You know what I mean? But you cool though. And they turned on me like a rabid dog. Well, tried to anyway. Tried to anyway. But God bless them. You know what I mean? I like OG Patrice. She's my homegirl. I never disrespect. I even mentioned her when I was talking. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't give a fuck. So I go show how cool she is with you. She didn't even give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? It's all about her. You know what I mean? Her. Anyway, I'll talk about that some other time. Guys, trust me when I tell you this, especially you, those of you younger. Stop putting your faith and your trust into, sorry to say it, niggas. Okay? They are opportunists, most of them nowadays. They will say and do anything to get you the fuck out the way to further themselves, and more than other than anything. They love the fact that there's a possibility they can become stars. So you gotta remember, these motherfuckers ain't all what they cracked up to be when they talk about all this pro-black shit and all this. It's for most of them is just hustle game. You know what I mean? Hustle game, hustle talk, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna spend my time here. My throat out. In the words of what's that nigga's name? Don't trust them new niggas over there. Them slappy, happy, nappy niggas. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Cause they will sell you the fuck out. Trust me. I've gotten to the point I used to love being around black and Latin people like all the time. I used to love it. Now, I mean, love it. Like, I love the dance and I love the music and whatever. Not so much no more. Not so much no more. Ain't got nothing to do with getting older. I'm still young. Ain't got nothing to do with moving. Ain't got nothing to do with living in the suburbs. I've always lived out this way. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the attitudes, the positions, the 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 piggyback bashing along with whites of other blacks. It's just, as a man, you look back at it and you say to yourself, as a black man, I ain't got nobody got my back. Even the other black men don't have your back. And many of you guys out here, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You want to play this fake role online and act like it don't exist. That's what I was talking about, Vlad. Vlad said yesterday there should be some placement where people that are, let's say 55 and over, whatever, can go and be to a conglomerate of black stars that are current because they open the doors for them, whatever the case may be. How you going to put symbolically and be like, hey, you know what? Here you go 10 grand, 20 grand. A lot of these guys are dying without health insurance and shit and all kinds of crazy shit. That's why I've said I'm so glad shit happened. Listen, history or not, or whatever. If you can't give a nigga 10 grand that used to be with your team for over two decades, but you can give 10 grand to the local stripper at the club or tip 5 grand to a motherfucking server at the restaurant or something like that, there's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? And usually those people that they're serving and tipping or whatever ain't even people of color. They're people of non-people of color. If you really pay attention, that's what I've seen in my lifetime, in my time in the industry. Most of the time, black entertainers and Latin entertainers, they prefer to bless someone that's white versus blessing someone that's black. And if you really look at it, I don't give a fuck anybody in the industry. Don't who could I have to chime in on this? Big face Gary, chime in on that. Let me know what you think. I'm not lying. You know what I mean? And y'all see more and more of this shit coming to fruition that I told y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm telling you the truth. And instead of accepting the truth for what it is for somebody that's been around in that business, someone that has friends in that business, someone that can pick up the phone at any time it does, it calls people in that business on a daily basis. I'm telling you. I even have people that have seen my lives or whatever and tell me, yo, you telling them too much and them niggas ain't doing nothing for you. I got 4 people that have told me, including some people that I was out with dinner with, they said, yo, you should leave them niggas alone. They don't even fuck with you like that. I said, yeah, but it's certain ones that do fuck with me like that. And that's why I do it. I don't care about 10, 15. Y'all motherfuckers in competition. You're not my competition. You're not my competition. And I don't look at you as my competition. So when I've had a couple of people now tell me, you should leave them niggas alone. My one man broke it down best. He said they only celebrate negative niggas on it. I said, I know. I said, you see it too. He said, yeah, if you talking shit about somebody you never met, that's a nigga they want to donate to. So collectively, really, you ain't talking about people that actually give a fuck about the music industry. You talking about a whole bunch of hater motherfuckers that band together and said, hey, we're gonna support other haters, other liars, other con artists. Have you ever looked at the title of some of these black bloggers and Latin bloggers um, YouTube pages and what they have to put to actually garner some views? It's fucking crazy. They'll be like, I saw one day. What he said? They always have these Look, this is when you know it's some bullshit in the article. Um, so and so just dropped this astonishing information. That's one of them. Then what's the other one? Um, so and so just dropped a bomb on the whole industry. And then what's the other one? So and so revealed this disturbing information about so and so. And then when you get down to the crust of it or whatever, it's like, nigga, you wasted my 30 minutes with this bullshit that you talking about, and you have no idea what you're talking about. You just pantomiming someone else that you heard or try to jump on the story first so you can have it first. Sometimes it ain't good to have the story first. Sometimes it's good to have the story second or third because you might have more information, you dumb motherfucker. The preliminary story only tells you this. Well, so and so was shot somewhere. We got a 15-second video of it. Well, if you wait a day or two, you'll find there'll be more information and then more information after that. But you're so anxious. A lot of these motherfuckers are living on a pattern of 2013 through 2018 YouTube. Well, this ain't 2013 through 18 YouTube no more. This is 2022 to 2028 YouTube now, and it's going to be a very different space. You're going to find that long range videos and long form videos are going to be a thing of the past. And that's what, I ain't going to tell y'all that. Fuck that. Just trust me, I know. And certain people are getting favoritized to do shorter form material versus long form material here on YouTube for a specific reason. You don't have to pay attention to me. If you don't want to, you don't want to. I appreciate you logging off. You will be the motherfuckers that I circumnavigate and go 6 miles below, so above. So please log out. What we're trying to do too also, and I want to encourage a couple of y'all to unsubscribe too, because if I'm not your type of mojo, I want you off this channel for the beginning of the year. I really do. I don't want no more motherfuckers on this channel that don't contribute, don't say anything, don't engage in the conversation, are unprepared for the conversation, really can't offer any substance to the conversation or whatever, because you don't know. I'm probably one of the most honest people online. Anybody that's from the music business is hearing me right now or listening to me, which is many of y'all. Ain't nobody making shit up. I done proved that a million times. And some big vloggers, little vloggers, you know what I'm saying? But mostly the big vloggers is in the industry. If you don't want to listen to what I have to say, go ahead. Keep on living your little pretend world and acting like this ain't what's going on. The same motherfuckers that were there 15 years ago, they still there today. All this little shit, these little motherfuckers will tell you, oh, we gonna change the game. No, you not, bitch. You ain't got enough money or power. Fuck money. You ain't got enough muscle to change the dynamic of the game. Puff ain't got enough muscle or dynamic to change the game. He know that as well as I know that. That ain't no shot. That's the truth. And if he did, he would have been and done it by now. Fat Joe said something real important the other day. He said, he was talking about the Jewish community. And he said, the reason they live so well and they do so well, which is a myth, because anybody that knows New York City knows the Jews in Brooklyn, majority of them was down there on welfare. But I digress. He said, I'm talking about currently 2022. I ain't talking about 15, 30 years ago either. He said, imagine if black folks and line folks did the same thing instead. You'll be like, yo, fuck that nigga. I hope you make it. That's what Tony Yayo kind of alluded to too in his interview or whatever. There's nothing set up for rappers or anybody like that once they get. I'm talking about older rappers way older than me. When they get out the game, because of pure simple fact, these niggas don't care. They have not cared. In fact, I hate to say this, the only time that these motherfuckers act astute with something that's notable is when they have white folks at the helm of it, or white folks suggesting the idea. It has been like that. That's the only time that they feel something like that. Only time. Any other time, they will live on the, yo, my nigga. You think you're still talking to the same person that's front of the front stoop of the projects. In the courtyard somewhere. They don't care. They don't care about you. So then they'll try to spoon this shit to you. Oh, it's a man. Let me just say something about that real quick before I go. I am so sick of motherfuckers that ain't even grew up with a daddy, uncle to play football with that was notarized as a man of the community, etc., etc. I am so sick and tired of these motherfuckers running around talking about what a man is. Nigga, if you went to jail, that's not a man. A man avoids jail. Nigga, if you shot a couple motherfuckers a couple times or whatever, whatever, that is not a man. A man avoids that. And if you need a comparison to that, just compare yourself to a white man in society, the pillars of society, as they say. Compare yourself to that and look at his trajectory in life and look at your trajectory in life. No, nigga, what you really mean to say is I was lucky that I made it out of everything that I made it out of, and here I am. Gloating that, that's fine. But don't sit here and tell me you a real man when I've got other comparisons that are way better than you to link myself with. Meaning I'm not linking myself as a child. And I will teach my child, don't ever look at someone that's been to prison over and over, or someone that shot a couple motherfuckers, or a motherfucker that sold drugs all his life, or someone that shot it indiscriminately in the community or whatever, whatever. Look at them as, hey, this is the pillar and the definition of what a man. That is not the pillar or definition what the rest of society looks at as a man. That is a motherfucker that made it luckily through life that far and is still surviving. That's it. That's it. And I know a lot of y'all be like, well, you say stuff all the time. Yeah, I do. I say stuff in a protection-based conversation. I'm not talking about going out and, committing crimes and robbing motherfuckers. Listen, I wouldn't be asking y'all for cash apps if that was the case. I just go out and get it. And I know I can get it. I got people that just like that. I could be on. And I'm trying to be so cultured, so straight, so, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about hard-hitting motherfuckers too. You know what I mean? That would be like, yo, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Get your little 10,000, 15, that little bit of money you need. But there's also motherfuckers that could give up the money. And I think DJ Bly for bringing that up. You understand what I'm saying? I think Tony Yayo for bringing that up. Because I've been saying this shit for a year and everybody just fell on deaf ears. So maybe if one of them gentlemen say it, then it'll. What I said wasn't crazy. What I said wasn't outlandish. What I said was very fucking real. Just like incoincidentally, I was just talking on Saturday. Check this out. I was just talking on Saturday and I said this to two police officers in the video. And if y'all were with me on Saturday, y'all heard me say it. I said, what needs to happen is they need to lift that shit with that you can't involuntarily take someone for psychological problems in New York City, the homeless or whatever. And Mayor Adams just made a motherfucking announcement yesterday that he would be from now on involuntarily catching people that have mental issues and shit like that before they attack someone. They're gonna be involuntarily grabbed. Now I'm in full support of that shit. Grab them motherfuckers up. They need help. Now, wasn't that ironic that I said that now 5 times, if not 6, 7 times in my videos, and it finally happened. Thanks, Pup. I appreciate it. You get it. But other than that, it is what it is. So let me tell you guys this, right? I'm gonna be down for probably another day or two or whatever. I got something planned and I'm going to in a couple of days. So I got to make sure I got my rest. I literally have not left my bed in the past 3 days except for today when it was just finally enough. As I was sitting here talking to y'all, I took 2 more freaking what's names so I could feel a little bit better with the but yeah, I'm down. I had a little certain form of pneumonia. I'm all right now, but this is how I make my money, you know? This is how I make my money. And I want anybody that's been with me for a long time to prove me wrong when I said even when I get right, I'm not going to leave this channel alone because I didn't want people to think that I was using them or I was just trying to get by in the moment. Now it's fuck y'all or whatever. Now I wanted to continue what I was doing as also evolve into something else. And for some reason or another, my supporters and people that quote unquote support me of the culture, they don't like me unless I'm talking salacious about somebody. And that's not going to be the bulk of this channel. 2023 for this channel. We'll probably change it around again. Thank you very much, OG Patrice. OG Patrice been with me for a long time. Patrice, you remember when I said that shit? Do you remember when I said that shit? Just write yes or no in the comment section. Do you remember when I said that shit back now almost a year and a half ago? I said I'm not gonna quit this channel when I get right. Patrice, she know that. She been with me since day one. I love that sister right there. Shout out to Vegas, man. No, no, I ain't got nothing against the sisters. I got something against these demonic bitches that's out here. Hey, Ruby, what's going on? We ain't doing nothing. We just chatting it up about motherfucking, Negroes stockpiling on black stars, stockpiling on black people in general for the behalf and on the behalf of white folks. See that OG Patrice said, yep, I remember. So that's the problem I have, OG, because I kept my word. You know what I'm saying? The niggas ain't keeping their word with me, and that bothers me. It's one thing to keep your word, and people don't keep their word. I made a foolish mistake the other night, and I went up to Trump Tower. Ruby Johnson was there with me. Ruby Johnson donated to me several times. Thank you, Ruby. It's Christmas time now, so I ain't got time to be fucking around with people. You know what I mean? I haven't had a good Christmas in 4 years. I'm gonna have one this year. I can guarantee you that. Whether it's with the people or not with the people, I'll rob a fucking liquor store if I have to. I was playing. But I would never do anything like that. Let the law enforcement know. Um, Let me tell you something. We got to stop this thing of, because really what you guys are doing is what they used to at one time called tap dancing. We sick, boss. We sick. Tap dancing. And this tap dancing shit ain't gonna get you but so far. What it's gonna do is it's lining you up within a certain mentality. And when you get to the crux of that mentality, all of a sudden what you're gonna find is you're gonna be sideswiped. And you're never gonna see it coming. And you're gonna all be sideswiped collectively, one tone by one little measure. And you won't believe it's happening to you. And at that point, you're gonna say to yourself, oh my God, what the fuck have we done to each other? I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen between you guys. You're gonna turn around and you're gonna say, what the fuck did we create? And I don't even think it's gonna take you 1 year from now, 2 years from now, not even 3 years from now. I'm betting on it's gonna be a couple of months and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see some of the things that you're creating by destroying your own on camera. And I don't know why you can't see it. I don't give a fuck what you think about Kanye West. You say that you don't like interracial dating and all that shit or whatever, but so many out here capping for Kim Kardashian, And Kanye, I don't know if you agree with that or not or whatever, and I know that's your kid's mother, but fuck that bitch. You know why I say that? And you may not never like me from this point on or whatever, and I don't give a shit. I ain't say nothing against your kids, but fuck that bitch. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you had a song I called Gold Digger. And there's some lyrics in that song called Gold Digger that mimic you and her relationship currently. You need to go back and listen to that song. Fuck that bitch. That bitch was a bad pick for you. I mean, Amber Rose was a bad pick for you. But I understand that all happens when you're looking for love. But trust me, I know. You was in love. But I don't think she was fully in love to the point that she said she was in love. She gave you the illusion of love. But I don't think she was in love. And if she was in love, she wouldn't have finalized the divorce or offered you as a billionaire. She's a billionaire, want $200,000 a month for 4 kids. What the fuck are the kids doing? Flying to Egypt every weekend? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking amazing. But I know you got some calls and things like that, so I can get that. 4 kids, dragging them along, and you got the kids primarily, and your travel route, I can see that. But still, as a billionaire, I mean, you could have took $100,000 a month to cover the kids' travel expenses. You know what I mean? Like, I get that part. I get that part. Kim travels a lot. So travel expenses for 4 kids could equal up a lot. Having a nanny for those 4 kids could equal up to a lot. It's certain parameters in there that would justify maybe 75 to $125,000, but $200,000 for 4 kids, nah. You mean I gotta take all that badass to showbiz? Get the fuck out of here. But black women that claim they hate Kim Kardashian in one moment were now all of a sudden in love with her. because the pure simple fact that black man was getting bashed and having to give her $200,000 a month, which she can afford. Does that make sense to you? That's why I say I think some of you bitches have lost y'all mind. Y'all can't pick and choose when y'all support or whatever, whatever, and then wonder why you ain't getting chose as wives. This is why. Because you look stone cold fucking crazy. Not because of your color, because you look stone cold fucking crazy. You so bent on power that you don't even realize how fucking crazy you look to society. In other words, most men are looking at you like, I wouldn't get with that shit. Only simp motherfuckers want to get with a lot of these women that are out here, this new breed nowadays. Niggas ain't got nowhere to live at. You know what I mean? Sending you love and God's grace blessings. Get well soon. Thank you, Tasha Jackson. I appreciate that. Ruby Johnson, everybody else in here, whatever. But guys, I'm gonna get up over here. I ain't gonna talk too much about Kanye, whatever, whatever. But I just say this, man. Watch these folks that be in the comments and all that shit, talking about they support you or whatever, ain't put one goddamn dime in your cash app or whatever, but will paper up these motherfuckers talking derogatory about somebody. I saw a nigga sit there and talk manufacturally, and he was in fucking Ohio. Talking about a New York artist. I ain't gonna say who, but he was talking about a New York artist in New York. Where am I from? I'm in Connecticut, but between Connecticut and New York in the South, a little bit of all three. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Where you from, Tasha Jackson? Tell us. You know what I mean? But don't start believing the hype of these motherfuckers and sit back and they tell you, hey, you know what? The brothers and the sisters, we gotta unite and we gotta do that shit bullshit. That's just cap. Niggas don't care about you. These niggas will sell you and throw you up under a river if it matter a couple of dollars or getting the number one spot with a couple of likes on Instagram. And if you think I'm lying to you, try it out for yourself. Test the water. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. I guarantee you. You from Miami? Man, I lived in Miami. What's going on? Ocean Drive, Cleveland, Fountain Blue, all that. I've been through all that. She said, Miami, I think your accent dope. Yeah, my accent is weird. But yeah, I know Miami quite well. I used to live in Miami. I know all that down there. Opalaka, shout out to them under the bridge. You know what I mean? I know all that. The streets down in Miami go like New York City. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? They really do. You'd be like East 180th. Yeah, I know Miami. Shout out to Miami, man. Let me shout out to Miami. My folks is down in Miami. I got lots of friends down in Miami. I wouldn't live in Miami no more. Don't go move to Miami if you ain't never familiar with the South. I will tell you that. I ain't in New York though. I'm outside of New York. But we just all sound the same up here. Anywhere from Jersey all the way up. But nah, I ain't from New York, sis. I mean not like that, but I mean like I'm in between New York and Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? You trying to move from Miami? I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, Miami's rough. That's why I said what I said. Yeah, Miami's rough. I mean, you see a lot of that going on down south too. Miami, a lot of people don't know Miami, man. Don't let them palm trees fool you, B. Like, Miami get rough. They give it up. I mean, it's been known for it, but Miami, the thing about Miami is you could go through your whole week, right? Be cooling with some people. And at the end of the week, motherfucker might feel some type of way because you ain't buying them a sandwich or something, and then all of a sudden start feeding you the story like, see, that's why I don't fuck with you, and the blah 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 blah. It's be crazy. As far as the name of the street, yeah, I know. That's what I said. I said Miami and New York streets are the same as far as the name of the streets. No, that's exactly what I said. I said they just like New York Street. Uh huh. Exactly the same. That's a fact. Yeah, I miss Miami. I love Miami, but I wouldn't move back down there. It's too rough. It's too rough. It's too rough. You can't walk around Miami without a pistol. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with New York. Unless you with certain people, you can't walk around New York without a pistol. Like I'm let me say this without giving myself away. I go to my storage unit after I go see my friends. And I know for the rest of the day I'm gonna be alone if I'm gonna stay in New York. And I do that to go get my pack of cigarettes. But yeah, I leave my pack of cigarettes in my storage unit all the time. I make sure I leave a pack of cigarettes there for me. You know, you never know when you might need to light one up. But yeah, I love Miami. I love Miami. I am doing fucking terrible. I am doing fucking terrible. I'm glad that some of the ladies are asking. I'm doing fucking terrible. I was not planning on this because I had a lot of things planned. Christmas is coming up. Um, it's looking like Christmas gonna be more of it's the thought that counted. You know? I wasn't planning on getting sick. A lot of people somebody asked me, how did I get sick? I got sick by keeping my word. That's why. And that has been a downturn for me. And I've been, since I've been bedridden basically for the past few days since Sunday, I had a lot of time to reflect on that. And I said, well, you out here keeping it real and playing fair. And a lot of these other motherfuckers, they lying and getting ahead. And I said, well, I ain't got nothing to lie about. You know what I mean? And if I lie about an artist, being my connection to artists, yeah, I'm gonna get off. But I just wanted to say this. I said, when I talk about an artist, it has a different setback for me. You understand what I mean? And like versus someone that's never been in the music industry, if that make any sense. So I just don't get on here talking shit about any old artist and being like, oh, it's okay. That's just not me. All right, guys, I'm gonna get over here. I do, like she said, need to get some rest. If you guys want to, man, hit up the Cash App, $ STRINGERBELL80. I would appreciate it a lot. It'll be in the link, comment, and description, and also in the description box as well. Um, I am down for the count. I got something coming for y'all this weekend. I ain't gonna be doing no more outside shit for a minute. You know what I mean? If you want to donate, because I could use a new jacket. That's for damn sure. My jacket got fucked up in the rain. Now my other jacket, my bad boy jacket, I put that shit up. I was like, oh hell no, I ain't fucking this shit up. You know what I mean? But I need a new winter jacket. So if you guys want to donate to that, I'll give me something nice. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate it. And it's like I said, it's in the description box and in the comments section. You guys want to give a couple dollars, whatever, I appreciate it. But other than that, listen, let me get back down to it. Plus that fucking, I don't know. I took that shot and it's got me like halfway between like, yeah, you know what I mean, and doped out and shit. But it's definitely that shit that was happening in my back is definitely not there anymore. Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and you know how you sit in the fetal position and shit? I was like in that shit and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I coughed and that shit felt like my back popped out. Like that shit felt like dead ass serious. Like it was like some fucking ghost giggling at him. It was like, oh, we got you now, like it was really bad. So I was like, nah, it's time to go get this checked out. This is something that cough medicine ain't taking care of. None of that shit. Gotta find out I got fucking pneumonia. Do I have a P.O. box? I don't have a P.O. box, but what I do, what I can do is, just let me know what you're trying to ship. If you're trying to ship something from Amazon, wish list or whatever, let me know that. I don't give out my address per se because I talk a lot of shit on there. And if somebody ever showed up in my address, we have the Castle Doctrine here in Connecticut. I'm not saying you, of course, but you know, we have the Castle Doctrine here in Connecticut. So if you walk through my doorway, I'm legally obligated and can shoot your ass. Yeah, I have an Amazon wish list, which is right down below in the description box. You just click that or click the one in the excuse me, click the link, excuse me, click the link in the comment section. I'll leave them both there, but it's in the description box right now. So that's that little upside down triangle. Then I won't need a PO. But I got you. I've got you. I've got you. And if anybody wants to give me something really, I would take because I'd be bored of shit on my other time. Like I spend a lot of time on here just creating shit. I have edits I never even put up sometimes because I'm like, I don't like how this looks. So something like that or whatever. I don't care how the story is, but I don't like to edit. Sometimes I'll keep it and trash it and put it in the cloud or something like that. But I want one of those PlayStation 5s or what's that shit called? The Xbox Series X shit. That'd be some fun shit for me. I just want something for myself. Like, and computer and all that shit or whatever, that's cool too. I don't care if I even got just one game for that motherfucker. Thank you very much, Tasha. Shout out to you and blessings. I like women like that. See, that's why I said 70%. I ain't say 80%. And as far as the men too, about 60% of y'all motherfuckers is fucking feminine nowadays too. You and your mama, two trifling bitches. Words of D-Ray. D-Ray, I'm sorry. I missed two things yesterday because I was sick. I missed D-Ray Davis. He was here in New York City. Shout out to him. One of the New York City tri-state, but close enough to me. He know where he was at. You know what I mean? Which is very close to me. It took me about 25 minutes to get to you. And Dapper Dan yesterday in Harlem. He did a signing for his DAP hoodie. So I want to promote that. Shout out to Dapper Dan, a legend in New York City, and I think the tri-state and period. You know what I mean? But he has the Gap hoodies replaced with a DAP. So they got rid of one nigga and they replaced it with another nigga. They got rid of Kanye and they want to replace it with DAP. That ain't gonna say that little bullshit ass company. You should have kept Kanye. You know, like Dapper Dan, don't get me wrong, great guy, whatever, 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 but he doesn't have the same notoriety and superstar as Kanye West. So that's something that is really this requisite with and trans how can I say it? Transfix with just the Northeast community that's aware of him and a certain small demographic. As much as I hate to say that, Dapper Dan is huge, but not as huge as Kanye. Not at all. And Dapper, I be honest with you, I wouldn't have filled the shoes of Kanye West based on all the different products and everything else that Kanye had come out. Kanye had coming out. To be quite honest with you, I would get the fuck away from them as quick as I possibly could because they're gonna do the same shit to you or something similar. Trust me. Other than that, guys, I'm out of here. Please hit up the Cash App, all that shit, whatever, whatever. I'm getting off live right now, just like Sister Tasha told me. Thank you to the girls that came in here and told me get better soon. Tasha, shout out to you. OG Patrice, always love. Who's that? Kara Knowles, thank you very much. Bernard Monroe, fuck you and everybody in your fucking house, and I hope your fucking family ends up in a ditch, you rat piece of shit, bitch. And for saying that shit you said. You know what I mean? And other than that, man, just everybody else that dropped in or whatever, whatever. And then if you see this afterwards, shout out to you. You know that always. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Let me give you some rest and get back to Paul so I can bring out something this weekend, all right? Later.